Okay, so today's reel is another case in point why the same answers don't work for everybody. So just like all pelvic floor issues don't need the same response because some pelvic floors are being over-recruited and some pelvic floors are being under-recruited, all flat feet also don't need the same response because it depends on what's going on at your hips and throughout. The acorn just fell, the sky is falling, and what happens throughout the rest of your body. So on Monday we talked about flat feet that are accompanied by hips that roll in. And so in this case, we're trying to work on strengthening your arch and strengthening your hip to roll that foot back out so it has the ability to go both directions. But today, we're talking about the opposite hip motion that's still accompanying flat feet. So these feet are still rolled in, but the back of the hip is so tight that it's pushed forward, and that's contributing to the flatness of the feet. So if today's reel looks like you want to start by strengthening your arch and considering that you're putting an equal amount of weight through all 4 of those points on your foot. And so strengthening your arch looks like this. But then to change the second end of that, the component that is coming from your hips, you're going to have to, one, create awareness in when you do it and when you hold that tension back there and push your hips forward. But you also are going to need to create length in the back of your hip in those muscles that are staying tight all the time. And then the answer from there kind of depends on the person because the question is, why do you hold this tension in your hip? And you do it because you're creating stability. You're helping to hold yourself in an upright position by holding that tension in the back of your hip. So in order to stop doing that, what are you going to do instead? Do you need to strengthen the front of your hips? Do you need to, sorry, almost jumped the pen there. Do you need to strengthen other parts of your hips? Do you need to strengthen your abs? Do you need to just consider your posture? How many different components are we going to factor in order to change that habit of holding the tension in the back of your hips? So here's some thoughts on that. And don't forget, if you want to take a deep dive with me on how the foot affects the hip and how the hip affects the foot, I'm going to put together a freebie for y'all this fall. So get on my email list to make sure that you don't miss it, and I will send it your
पागल करके